start my weekend in style. All pumped up. I didn't have all day. I couldn't do reviews, so I'm gonna get out here for the beast on Kudlow.
Now, we're going to go back to these woke budget topics in the next segment. We'll have Alabama Senator Tommy Tuberville. But first up, we need to have another look at Afghanistan.
Why the hell do you need to do anything with Taiwan? Anybody, China. It's like, why do you need to add more bullshit to the barbecue out here and family reunion? I mean, got the whole damn hanga thing going on. You got thoroughbred horses. You do Chinese food, which is octopus, lobsters. I mean,
in particular,
got one for them all.
Red China has its eye on Taiwan, a great American ally. And by the by, it's the great semiconductor center of the whole world. Red China would love
that's
to
more about
Taiwan,
I mean, all right. So shipping, because the port could only tell me that's this. They can pay a factor on the cost. You margin your system because you have to take the shot, and you got the computer chip look like a fucking America.
Take over their market system.
Small scale.
Bring in my great friend and
the
former
heat?
Trump colleague.
You got heat, any heat, believe in China anywhere. It's like, so what, you got another one?
Mr. O'Brien, along with Alex Gray,
so
published a powerful op-ed in the Wall
they're
Street
supposed
Journal a
to
few
05
days
to
ago.
E4 on this
How
thing
to
over here.
deter China from invading Taiwan. Robert, welcome back, sir.
At least I'm sure one of your people inside there, you get a
how do we deter China from taking over Taiwan? Because the Chinese are
well,
probably
that's not
licking their
exactly what
chops
42 is
after this
talking
Afghan
about
war.
over here, XI. You know the one that's in your ear.
Well, that's a great question, Larry, but the one thing I want to say is being back in the private sector, I can't tell you after listening to your monologue how badly I wish you were running the economy like you were in the White House the last couple of years. We need free men and free women and free markets back, and look, it ties into national security because, as you know, and you preach this, Larry, economic security is national security. So when we're prosperous, when we've got a thriving recovery, when we're doing well, we can afford to equip the men and women of our armed forces with the best platforms and deter the Chinese and keep them from doing malign activity, whether it's with Taiwan or anyone else.
So I gotta find them over there in
that,
Taiwan and China,
that was just terrific.
America, Russia.
Thank you, Robert. You know, it's a great point, by the way. I learned it years ago from Reagan. Strong at home,
that's
strong
not what's going to be important if I can walk out here and you can't break a direct conjecture. Ting.
You want to put some significant resources into Taiwan, and rightly so.
So, they're Common Core critical theory on everything. Give me Salty, I'm going to put him out there. He's going to do stuff. He's going to get wild.
Sure, I mean, the people of Taiwan watched what happened in Hong Kong, and what happened in Hong Kong
break it up a little
when President Xi and his communist colleagues extinguished democracy there.
These are the guys on the middle. They're better than you, too, because they have more experience. If this is your first day, you're going to, it doesn't matter, officer, welcome to the South.
Don't want it. They're never going to vote for it. They're never going to voluntarily.
Jump in, get a review. You're on it live. I'll drop a pin right now. Coming from Kabul, like Kudlow. I mean, come on.
And we shouldn't even pay for it. The Taiwanese are
cheap, dirty too. Like, I get cops, POV. I had them. I mean, we didn't do all of them the night that I put up, but the guy shot at them in the tree with darts. I don't know why they were in the woods with the dog looking for them. Heard the big ass campsite and a big crime scene. Stuff at the ambulance got weird.
Gun clubs, like has happened in the
right.
The Eastern European countries,
in Russia,
kind of a territorial reserve. It's happened in the Baltic states and in Poland, and get gun ownership so that if the Chinese believe they can invade Taiwan, even if they get past the beaches, they'll know in every town, every village,
I don't know why it was aimed at you.
There'll be somebody with an AK-47 shooting at them. We need to get them Stinger missiles.
What, we don't have the same goddamn problem gravity, 9.8 meters per second?
Helicopters that the Chinese have over them and prevent an airborne helicopter
G-Lock simulator is right.
So those are things that the Taiwanese need to do. They can pay for it themselves. They've got the money to do it. It's good for Taiwan. It's good for American defense contractors that can supply them the goods. And when they order them, we need to make sure they're at the top of the customer list because a lot of these items are popular. We need to move them up on the customer list and make sure they get delivered to Taiwan soon so they can deter China from bullying them and maintain their democracy, which is a tremendous...
if I was the workforce dude and I was like, well, your Manuel is not happy, I can tell. Your wife's cheating, running around on you, about to let off the first reactor in America. Right,
you know, in your op-ed you talk about how important it is to end the narrative of...
Oh, you go through a SCP mud dozer deal, D12s before you even look at it to touch it or buy it, and then turn over what rocks I normally got chasing old fucking gotta force some animal run through my
from
belly.
Afghanistan, and we left a lot of American green card holders and citizens and our friends behind. The Chinese took that using the Global Times, which is their Communist Party mouthpiece.
Come on in.
And they wrote an op-ed to the people of Taipei, the capital of Taiwan, and they said, look at Kabul. This is your future. This is what it's going to look like after we invade and the Americans abandoned you.
Yeah.
And so we've got to reassert American leadership and show our friends and our allies.
You're supposed to be home banging your old lady, right? Taking your kids. You mad? Give me that shit where?
And that's going to take
give me that shit where if we can get grocery stores and a fucking building over here that squares away some goddamn numbers, and then make it a gravity inside. We recording good. Make it a goddamn gravity in that region. It's like, I don't care. I don't own it. I don't have enough. I'm tax dollars. All right, so this is the budget. Fuck this year, not necessarily the goddamn federal budget.
The proverbial lion.
I love the porcupine metaphor.
It's like you got $5 in your pocket, Larry.
Quick ones, Robert and Brian. Are you in favor of this selling Australia the nuclear submarines? It's in the papers. I guess the French are a little out of sorts about that. Blah 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 blah. I don't know. We can make it up to them, or maybe we won't. But selling nukes to nuclear subs to Australia, you favor that?
Yeah, look, it's a great idea, and we've got overlapping treaty relationships that go back many, many years with both the Australians and the Brits.
Well, you hadn't either. And that's not the same kind of workout around Coleman.
The UK and US standing up to the Chinese in the Indo-Pacific and giving the Australians the best weapon systems they can, they need so they can deploy them and protect themselves, but also work in concert with us to protect democracies in the region. It's very important. But I will say something though. Remember we heard
and then you like, all right, so there's that, and then you figure out, all right, I didn't even need Common Core. I don't need to think about it. And like, shit, no, fuck, it's just a breakdown. All teachers in my region do the same fucking thing on the Union.
And the French are unhappy because we did this deal without talking
you do it. The frog experiment is Wednesday, beep beep, redacted on that goddamn day for every fucking grader.
New Caledonia and French Polynesia, there are French frigates in the area. You know, we need
well, they have similar companies. Amazon Fulfillment Center better have a goddamn matrix of what that fucking system looks like over there if they're packing and shipping, right? Because that's money. That's going to be the end result of that IMA, automated work system maintenance group, because after all, other than them fixing them damn selves, fuck, I need anybody for it. And then you look outside, right? Graffiti everywhere. Can't touch nothing. It's all acid.
Mr. Johnson, it wasn't an either-or situation. We got along with everybody, and so I hope we're going to make some amends to the French because they're a big, important country, and they were our first ally, and they're a democracy, and we need their help in the fight against China as well.
Actually, you're right. Even at my low level, I love Philippe Etienne. We spent a lot of time together.
Yeah.
Still the best, really the best kitchen.
Go down there. Obviously, that's where your first fucking big dog in that region where it looks like goddamn tire fire kids running around living it. About 2021. I give you some stuff. I'll find out you're doing dumb because it's dumb. I send in the crew. Right, Cutlow?
General counterpart. Did he tell you about this? Did you know that Milley was doing that?
I'd happily show you that fucking Marshmallow General.
You know, look, General Milley, I think, is a patriot, and but I learned about these calls over the last couple of days from the Woodward book. You know, it came from
he brought out the marshmallow. Here's the grid.
We should give it credit or not. I think General Milley said he's going to
2,000 feet. You know how big? So with the scouts on cities. Binghamton's over there, right? Is Gobble Binghamton? Like, is Gobble New York on the map? Given the circuitry, the Neo, Bill Gates, Ben Eater, 42-pin chip on, operators of the region, a heat and things going poof. I mean, those little poof black body radiation problem, right, on the level in the curve for region, huh? What are you talking about? And then you got sectors and systems. Business, I've been business.
It's just very disillusioning.
That close. I had AR-15. I got it in here. You want me to go grab AR-15? I mean, which rate did they break?
Hold on to Taiwan.
You guys ready?
Are you ready?